Hi, I'm Steve Williams, and this is Scooter and the Sticks. I'm out today on an end-of-the-day ride on my Kawasaki W650. It's kind of warm, but it's not too bad as long as you're moving. I thought I'd talk a little bit about why I decided to buy a 22-year-old motorcycle and see if it's living up to my expectations. So let's go for a ride. I spent some time trying to figure out what it is about this Kawasaki W650 that's so attractive to me. Why I wanted this particular motorcycle over the Triumphs and others that I considered. And I heard something recently on another YouTube channel called Uncle Voodoo, as he was describing a new motorcycle he got. And he said he wanted something that floated through the curves rather than attack the curves. And I think that's exactly the feeling I was after. I wanted a relaxed, laid-back motorcycle that still had enough power to do anything that I might ever need to do. But this W650 is definitely relaxed and laid back. I mean, it will cruise at low speeds, at low RPMs, and you never get the feeling that it just wants to forge ahead and that it's not going to run well unless it's going, much faster. But this bike does really float through the curves, and I really like it. And I'm not sure that it would be the same with a lot of much more powerful machines. But I'm out this afternoon for a short ride. I have a couple hours maybe, and rain passed through without really falling here, so I thought, I'll go for a ride. And I don't have to go far. I'm only 5 miles from my house, and just these wonderful back roads, which the W650 is so nice to ride. The weather's been pretty hot for the past week, so I haven't ridden much other than early in the morning. But next week promises to be much better. I'm still getting used to this motorcycle. It's got its own little quirks and idiosyncrasies. Probably the one that I haven't quite figured out yet is on hot days like today, and I stop, it is a little difficult to restart, and I'm not sure whether I need to keep my hand off the throttle when I'm starting or whether I need to give it more gas. I'm going to have to experiment a little bit with that. But aside from that, it's been a pure pleasure to ride. And I spent thousands of miles riding these sort of roads on my scooter, and now I'm enjoying them on the motorcycle. And I have to say, something different. That idea of floating keeps coming to mind, because there definitely is a a different feeling on the motorcycle. It's relaxed, it's serene, though I do know I'm on a machine with all the shifting and things like that. But I always describe the scooter as being like a bird, and but this is floating. This is something different. Okay, we'll see whether we can get this thing started. I'm going to do it with a little bit of gas. Start right up that time, so that might be the trick. Sure is smooth. Shifts smooth. Sounds great. Really enjoying this motorcycle. Looking forward to going for a longer ride. But I think that'll wait till the weather cools, because I am not a summer rider. Even though it's only 80 degrees today and 65% humidity, it's really hotter than I'd like to deal with. So one of the questions I'm asked by people is, why would you buy a 20-year-old motorcycle, or in this case 22-year-old motorcycle, when there's so many great modern motorcycles? And that's really a good question, and it's one that certainly asked myself. I mean, I've had two older motorcycles now. My 92 BMW K75C, and now this W650. And probably the simplest, shortest answer I can give is these older motorcycles have character. And by character, I mean they leave a lot up to the rider in terms of how you ride and perform, because there are no modes and no assistance. And they're rougher in the sense that with so many improvements in motors and brakes and suspension over the years, that some of the brand new bikes I ride just seem like, I don't know how to express it. They have no personality. They're just too perfect, maybe, is the way I should describe it. And that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a machine that's too perfect. This the right? Yep, Bible Road. I have to think a little bit about where I'm going. So that's one of the reasons why I bought this motorcycle. And again, I could have bought a brand new Royal Enfield Classic 350 or an Interceptor or a Continental GT. Could have gotten a, almost new Triumph Bonneville or Street Twin. So I'm not going on loose gravel with this bike. That's just too bad. One of the other things I like about this W650, and I'm sure it's had some influence on my decision, is because of how unique this motorcycle is. I I'm unlikely to see another one anywhere that I'm riding. It's different. And I guess that, as much as I don't want to admit it, appeals to some part of my ego, that I'm different, I'm special, who knows. But it's that kind of motorcycle, and I'm happy to have it. Now, one of the things that always comes up after I buy something or acquire something is, and I'm certain I want it when I make the decision to get the motorcycle or scooter, but then comes the reality test. Is it everything I dreamed it would be? Is it everything that I want it to be? And so far with this motorcycle, it is. I'm really pleased with how it performs, how it feels, my desire to ride it, how easy it is to ride, how light it feels. It checks all the boxes, and I have no regrets so far. One of the things this motorcycle excels with is that ability that I find to unwind. It's so relaxing. It's been a stressful week, and getting on this motorcycle didn't take long before I just feel light as a feather again. I like to attribute it sometimes to it changes my focus, changes my awareness, but I'm not sure that's necessarily what's happening. I just can't be sure, but something changes. I definitely feel a physical release when I'm riding. My body becomes more relaxed, but my mind does the same thing, and I'm not sure whether it's the motion, the sound, the visual stimulation, the sensory overload, but I definitely feel a change. And I can't say that with all motorcycles I've ridden. Some demand a level of control to run smoothly that just robs me a little bit of that. This motorcycle has very forgiving ride, and that's what makes it so cool. Every time I ride through these little towns, I'm always on the lookout for a new coffee shop or diner or restaurant or ice cream store or something. For me, that's part of riding. Looking for a place to treat myself. These narrow little roads, you can't go real fast. I mean, I guess theoretically you could go really fast through here, but the reality is, with the traffic, the unexpected liquid manure on the road, the deer running across, it's kind of irresponsible to go fast. So having a motorcycle like this that you can tool around at an appropriate speed is really cool. And I'm really happy I found this one. It's a beautiful day. It's getting late now. My stomach tells me what my eyes have already told me, that dinner time is not far off. But I'll be heading home now. Surprising amount of gravel, I mean loose, sandy gravel on this road. The really small stuff which can cause problems. Well, that about wraps things up for this episode of Scooter and the Sticks. If you're looking for a laid-back standard motorcycle, you may want to consider the Kawasaki W650. They may be hard to find, but Kawasaki's still selling the W800 now, which is similar, and the W850, I think. But I don't have any direct experience with those, but people that do have told me they're wonderful motorcycles as well. So, until next time, be well and ride safe.